Hi everyone, and welcome to that new video. Today we are going to talk about variables, objects, methods, and arrays. Like everything else in JavaScript, classes are objects. But they are a particular type of object, but also a particular type of function. I want to repeat that another one time since it's just a capital concept. They are a particular type of object, but also a particular type of function. Before we move on to classes, let's have a little review. So, what is a variable? A variable is a data container. What is an array? An array is an object that can contain multiple data of the same type. This is a simple array, variable cars, Alfa, Renault, BMW. As you can see, are all car brands. An object, like a car, contains car properties such as weight, color, and so on. We can also apply a method to an array. Let's go to see how it's possible to do that, and we just give a look on our left here where we are talking about test 1, 2 and 3. In that case we have the variable holidays, we have sea, mountain, countryside and city, and then we want just to add something. To remove something from that array. And we do it with the command pop. So basically we are going to remove city and we have a new array with just 3 elements. Of course, we can also do the opposite, and we can see that in the following example with the test 4, 5, 6, and we have the variable ice cream that has vanilla, pistachio, fruit and amarena, and we can decide to add an element on it. Here we have the result, and here at the end of the array we can see the element that we have added right away. An object instead collects properties of an object. For example, a cup of ice cream can have 3 different flavors. An object is a structure that can be reused for contain property. For example, I would like an ice cream with a pistachio. Another variable that is undefined. Let's go to check why is undefined. Okay, here we have something lost in translation. We can just save it and check if it works. As you can see, I would like an ice cream with pistachio, vanilla and amarena. Let's go to check what we did with that ID test 7, a little bit more in detail. First of all, we create the object. We declare flavors gelato, and then we can have gelato is ice cream, of course. And then we have a first taste pistachio, second taste vanilla, and third taste amarena. Then we have a mechanism already used of document get element by ID. We are going to put a text, something inside of test 7, and what we are going to put is on the right side of the equal sign. I would like an ice cream with, and then we have that flavors gelato, that is our variable, and then we have one of the elements of the object, first taste, and then we have a space, we have the second, and then we have the third. Quite straightforward. We have another example that is similar to that. And so we have, I would like an ice cream with stracciatella, pistachio and chocolate. As you see, that's what come out from an example. A JavaScript function is a block of code designed to perform a particular task. A JavaScript function is executed when something invokes it. So when we call it. Let's see an example. Here we have a variable x equal to my function for tree. When the function is called, the value will go in x. Here we have function my function, return a multiplied for b, and the function return the product of a for b. So finally, after having seen again how all those elements works, we finally get to the classes, and we now can understand a path from variable and object to the arrays. And we can focus on classes. As you can understand, is important. We did all that before, because class is a particular type of function that does not use the keyword function to initialize. We can use the keyword class instead, and the property will be assigned within a constructor. Let's see an example of that method. We have a class, ice cream, and then we have everything inside that. We have a constructor, and then we have this that refer to ice cream, cup. So now let's create an object using a class. The class is a project, is like a set of instructions. We would compare it to a template or a blueprint that I will use to create a new object. I could have a class ready to receive data, and so I can create a new object. Let's see the following example with the PID test 9. We have the class car. Notice that Visual Studio Code show that in a different color. Then we have the constructor. See on the pop-up that is the syntax is car, brand, any, and so on. Then we use this that is made to make reference to something that is in the block. So it's basically this of car brand. And then we can have a way to print it out. Of course, we say that my car is equal to new car of Ferrari. And then we can have document get element by ID my car of car brand, and should of course print Ferrari. Let's see how it's going. Here is Ferrari. The constructor method is special. It's where you initialize the properties, and is called automatically when a class is initialized. Must have the exact name constructor. In fact, if you don't have a method constructor, JavaScript will add an invisible and empty constructor method. You are also free to create your own method, and the syntax should be familiar, as you can see here. You can maybe expand that windows so we can see the entire syntax. We have the class, inside we have a first parenthesis, then inside of the first parenthesis we have the constructor, and then inside we have this of car name equal to brand. And then we can of course return I have a with the car name. As you can see in the above example, you will recall the method by referring to the name of the object method followed by parentheses. Any parameter can be within the parentheses. That was the last example. So I suggest you to take that document and to try your own way, do that exercise, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!